everybody! Welcome to another Monday night with our final episode of City of Mist Waking. I am your entirely humble and totally not ego-tripping MC, Jay, and I am joined wonderfully tonight by Fraser, who's playing Cal Hardaway.
Hello.
Yes.
I'm back.
He's back! Joy. Right. So, in the last two episodes, we have seen the origins of two of our wonderful crew. Tonight will be the third and final episode of this little diversion and mini-series. Next time, we will be back to our regular campaign with our entire cast back in front of the screen. I say next time as opposed to next week because next week we will not be streaming due to simple reasons of I am once again fleeing tax evasion and disappearing to an undisclosed location, and Chris doesn't want to. So
he does this every now and again and changes his name, burns off his fingerprints, stuff like that.
Exactly. They keep growing back!
I know.
I think I might be Wolverine. Fingerprints shouldn't grow back, as far as I'm aware.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Depends on how you do them.
I mean, fire is usually the...
Yeah.
It's either that or you spend your entire days with your hands soaking in pineapple juice. Or you just get like one of those fucking really shitty electric hobs and just...
Yeah, ooh. I was thinking like a sander.
Oh god, no! Oh!
I think any of those options are painful.
I think the pineapple juice is the least painful one, but it's also the slowest. Like things you said a sander rather than sandpaper. I'm imagining like you just go, well, belt up the power tools.
Yeah, I was thinking one of those like spinny ones, and then you just...
Yeah! No, do you have any idea how... Like, dude, you can take fucking layers of metal off with those in seconds.
Yeah, you just... for a quick second.
Yeah, no, you will lose 2 layers of skin. Don't do it.
I don't remember how they did it in Men in Black, but I remember him like touching this big orb. I think it was just burning.
I mean, that's Men in Black. They've got alien space magic.
It's been like a minute. We've gone off track. That'll happen.
Things are a little bit looser in this little series.
Yeah.
But, thank you for that prompting, because we will now begin. Cal, the last time that you were here, that you saw your friends, you were holding hands in a circle as Clark brought the world to a grinding halt. You, in this moment, as the world slows and stands still, you're here, hand in hand with your friends, and as time crystallizes into this one singular moment, you feel yourself lurch, and a sensation rather like falling as you fall in this moment through your memories. All the little moments of time previous to you begin to sort of flash around you. And you remember. 6 years ago, you were just a guy. You were a junior accountant at Fester, Nestor, and McClucky. You had been holding down the job for 6 months. You're pretty sure that you were past your probation and that you were going to be holding out for a while. Every day is the same. You wake up, you brush your teeth, you have a shower, you go to work. You do the job in front of you, you leave at 5 o'clock, you walk home along the same streets every single day. You go home, you watch TV, you go to bed. That is Cal's life. Get up, go to work, go home, TV, sleep. In that eternal circle. You know the people at your work. You can never really be bothered to get to know them.
No, I don't really care much for it.
Even the ever chipper Greg, who is always willing to stick his head over the cubicle and have a natter, is just too much effort.
Too much energy.
Too much energy. It's just
I try my best to pawn him off on someone else, but he keeps coming back.
But at the same time, while you don't spend a lot of energy on your work, it's not like Cal's spending a lot of energy on his personal life either, is it?
No, I mean, Cal doesn't really have anyone. He just sort of goes to work, comes back, eats his dinner, goes to bed.
Yeah.
He spends most of his time at the TV.
Days become weeks, become months, and eventually become years. It is 4 years ago. You are still holding down the same job. Some people have changed, some people have moved on. There's always that one person who wants to bore you to fucking death with her holiday snaps. There's always that one person who's just here until they can move on to bigger things.
Yeah.
And then they stay there for even longer than you. So, tell me, as a sleeper, what is it that kind of keeps Cal going?
Well, Cal went during school. All he thought about is, I need to get good grades so that I could get a good job. When it came time to decide what he was going to do with his life, he chose accounting because he was good at numbers. Math was always his strong suit. Accounting is a job that gives financial security, which means he could live a nice life. And once he got into this job, it was the first job he got into. He worked at it just to make money. And all he really wants is simple. You know, he just wants his life to be simple, which is what it is. He gets up and goes to work to make money, to live, and get up and go to work and make more money. And he's always tired. And he just keeps going because he has to. It's what life is. This cycle. And he doesn't really... I mean, a promotion gives him more money, but it gives him more work, so he's indifferent to a sense. If they want to promote him, he's not going to stop them, but he's not necessarily working towards it. He's content where he is. But as he goes through his day-to-day, he keeps seeing things on the news. some sort of crime spree, gas explosion sort of things, and it bothers him. Something in the back of his head keeps making him think it's not right, these things. It frustrates him. And all these little, every time a pileup on the freeway makes him late to work, or some sort of explosion downtown makes his favorite TV channel stop running for a few weeks. All these tiny frustrations pile up and up and up, and it weighs on him. And he feels more and more tired. And just, he feels more and more sick of it as time goes on.
So, you'd say that Cal is a guy who has not a lot going on, but there's something building.
Yeah.
Okay. Cal is, again, he is a man of cycles. He just goes through and spools up, and it never really changes. And today is a day like every other. You are just finishing work for the day. Doris from the next cubicle over is just talking and talking and fucking talking about her cats. And you've got nothing against cats. There's nothing wrong with them. But the energy it would take to tell her to shut the fuck up is more than you're willing to expend. But also, so is the energy of actively listening to her and engaging. You get up. You take the lift down the 15 floors. And you walk out of the building. It's a nice day. The sun is getting fairly close to the horizon because of the time of year. And you begin to walk the path so familiar that you could almost swear you had worn a trench directly from your work to your home by passing feet. You know every single inch of this route because you have walked it. Exact same route every time.
I know how many steps it takes. I know how many streetlights there are. I know which cars are going to be parked on the street as I walk past.
Exactly.
Everything, every detail.
It's almost a picture of perfection. Something that is held together in eternal stasis. Except for one little discordant note. You've walked past the mouth of this alley a billion times before. You know exactly what's down it. Couple of big bins at the entrance to a fairly shabby looking pool hall. Nothing special. There are streets like it in every city. Except this time you hear something. From the mouth of the alley you hear a grunt. Not of somebody disregarding an answer or, of somebody just, that one of those old man noises you get when you stand up. This is a grunt of pain. This is the sound of somebody being punched. And as you realize that, you realise you also heard the thwack of a fist hitting flesh.
I turn and look into the alley.
You look into the alley, and you see two people. There is a woman in a suit with a pencil skirt, who is pushed against the wall by quite literally the biggest man you have ever seen in your fucking life. This is the man. This is the look of a man who buys steroids from King Kong.
Right.
And you see him draw his fist back for another blow.
Cal looks and is just frozen for a second, and he puts his head down and keeps walking.
Thwack.
He stops just a few steps past the alley. He puts his hand in his head and he drops his briefcase. He slicks his hair back and he walks into the alleyway.
You see the fist coming back again. The big guy has got the woman by the scruff of her neck. He's lifting.
Hey! Hey, stop. Buddy.
I don't want to buy a vacuum cleaner, mate. Fuck off.
Cal takes his jacket off. Pick on someone your own size.
He looks you down and further down. Really?
He throws his jacket to the floor and he rolls up his sleeves. He's like, come on.
Mate. Alright then! He fucking drops the woman, who collapses into a heap. Turns round. And is like, alright mate. Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough.
Cal takes a shaky breath, brings all of his force, runs at the man, and punches him in the stomach as hard as he can.
You hit him full force, and you feel something break in your hand.
Ah! Fuck!
Not your smartest move, and faster than you could think, a fist comes round and hits you in the side of the head so hard that everything goes black.
Ouch.
You wake up on the ground. You think you've only been unconscious for like a second. He's like, come on. Try again, why don't you?
So my hand's like shattered.
Broken. Your hand is broken.
Okay.
Because, here's the thing. I don't think Cal has ever learned how to punch somebody.
No. He is not.
So I'm imagining that he did it very wrong.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, fun fact for everybody out there. Never hit somebody with a closed fist.
No.
Slap him instead.
Cal struggles up to one knee and then stands up and kind of wobbles, clutching his forehead because he's like seeing double.
You are quite literally seeing stars.
He goes, oh. Okay. What he's gonna do is he's gonna run at him as if he's gonna punch again, and then duck under the guy's legs.
You duck under this guy's second swing, and as you do, you feel an indescribable weight in your pocket. An unfamiliar weight in your pocket.
I reach in and pull.
You dive under this guy's legs, sort of scrabble up to your feet, and draw out from your pocket, and keep drawing, and keep drawing, until you're holding a 5-foot-long wooden mallet.
Cal just kind of looks it up and down. Goes, what
Ah! It's like that, is it? Do you look at the big guy?
Yeah.
He has changed. Previously, you were looking at a big guy in like a leather vest and a cut-off t-shirt. Now you're looking at a monster. 2 small horns protrude from his forehead. His skin has taken on a greyish-green kind of mottling, and his skin has become this sort of ridged and bumpy kind of like just mess. And if anything, he has gotten taller. When he grins at you, you see the protuberance of tusks from his lower jaw.
Cal yelps and like sort of falls backwards a little bit.
Oh, come on then! Take a swing!
He kind of just scrambles backwards, like up against the bins.
The monster grabs you by the leg and just lifts you. You are dangling upside down.
I try and swing the hammer at him, but the pain in my hand makes me lose my grip, and it
You
just
fully
sort of
drop it.
it just sort of hits against him softly and
Yeah.
clatters to the ground.
Well, that's just put. You feel the grip on your leg loosen, and you are dropped in a heap to the ground. You kind of just look up. The big guy is standing exactly where he was, just sort of gently rocking back and forth until he just kind of with a slightly perplexed expression on his face, until he just sort of collapses back. He just keels over backwards.
I thought you were going to fall backwards off your chair there.
I undid the reclining thing on my chair. I had to, just for the bit.
Yeah.
He's still got one hand up, like he was holding you.
What?
Hi. Standing there is the woman from before, who is bleeding from the face. Like her nose is bleeding quite profusely, and there's you can see blood has soaked into her shirt. Hi. Thanks for that. Come on. Other hand.
With his left hand, he grabs the hand, takes the help up.
Which kind of brings you to your feet. It's like, okay. I think we should get someone to see to you about that hand.
What the fuck is that thing?
Dennis.
Oh. Dennis, you know him?
Well, I indicted him. Technically, I was here to serve a subpoena.
What are you, a lawyer?
Yes. It's not normally my job. I normally get other people to do it, but given Dennis being kind of gestures to him, Dennis, I thought I'd probably best it. Oh, actually, I thought I might. Goes into her pocket, pulls out a very official-looking letter, and just tucks it into his jeans. You've been served.
How are you so calm about this? That's
Because
like something out of a cartoon.
Well, to be honest, I've met his wife, and she's the scarier of the two. She's the one who's doing this. They're divorce papers.
Oh.
Are you all right?
I think the adrenaline's wearing off, and I'm gonna say no.
I think you might be in shock.
Yeah.
He did hit you quite hard.
I'm still kind of seeing. I'm a little blurry. I think I'm seeing stars a little bit.
Seeing stars?
Yeah, I thought for a second I saw actual stars.
Her voice kind of starts getting muffled as darkness creeps in at the edges of your vision.
Uh-oh.
You are out.
God.
Cal, you find yourself on a dusty road. A long and empty track. There's some rocks, but there's no evidence of people. No anything, really. It's just dust and heat. Eternal, oppressive heat bearing down on you as you stand in the middle of this road. And you just kind of look around. You see off in the distance, getting closer, is this cloud of dust. It's getting closer and closer. And you realize it's moving very fast.
Oh.
And you hear, just on the wind, meep meep. It gets closer.
Cal just kind of takes a few steps to the side of the road.
Something goes past you faster than you could possibly see, kicking up vast quantities of dust in its wake. In that dust, you hear voices layering over each other. You see shapes, hear sounds. Until you feel the ground next to you rumble and break apart. You see a perfectly circular hole. And from the depths, you hear, "I knew I should have taken a left turn at Albuquerque." The hole expands, and you find yourself falling through darkness. The voices getting louder and layering over each other and over and over and over. Until you can kind of feel light creeping at the edges, this faint, dull orange light. And as you sort of feel yourself fading, you just hear, "That's all, folks." And you wake up.
Duh. What do I see?
You see a dark room with a number of beds in it. The woman that you met earlier is sitting beside your bed, cleaned up. There's no blood anywhere. She's leafing through a folder. There's a bedside table. You're very clearly not in a hospital. Your hand has, however, been quite heavily bandaged. There's the light in the room is dim. You think maybe some time has passed.
Right.
What do you do?
I just kind of look around and then I go, "Hi."
Oh, you're awake. Hi.
Yeah. Where am I?
Well, you're in a pub. I know not exactly the most formal setting, but somewhere that you would be assured of a good bed and medical attention without much worry. Especially since, well, you know how it is. People like us can sometimes have a little issue seeking official medical attention. It can be what sleepers end up seeing can be anything, really. Often requires more explanation than not, in my experience.
Explanation. That's a good word. What's happening? What's happened? How did I do that with the hammer? Why did that guy turn into a big monster thing? What's happening to me?
Oh.
I want to go to bed.
Oh no.
You okay?
Okay. My apologies. My name's Meg.
Yeah, sorry, I'm Cal.
Nice to meet you, Cal. Sorry for making some assumptions. I thought you already sort of knew what was going on. That's my fault. That's my bad. So, you have no idea what's going on, do you?
Nope.
You haven't got a goddamn clue.
I haven't got a goddamn clue. Never seen
Right.
anything like that in my life.
This is going to require some explaining. Are you aware of the concept of magic?
I'm going back to bed. Need life back down.
No. Wake up.
Puts his hand over his eyes. He's like, "It's a dream. I'm dreaming. It's a
Yes.
terrible, terrible dream."
Unfortunately not.
Ow, my hand.
Yes. They said to give that a few days, but the bones should set right. Fair. It should be well enough. So,
Shit's back up.
how long have you lived in this city?
All my life.
Right. Well, the world you knew is not exactly all of reality. It is real. Everything you have known and have seen, most of it, is real. It's all actually there. But there is more. There are people like myself and the owner of this bar and Dennis, who you met earlier.
Sure.
Also, I'm very sorry. You're going to have a hell of a bruise along the side of your face.
That's okay. I think that's the least of my worries right now.
Well, possibly. It might just be. There are people like us who are more than human. More than normal. We are... I'm explaining this very poorly. Oh, my sister does a far better job of this.
What, so we're like X-Men?
Sort of. We are... Our powers aren't biology. We're not mutants. We're... The accepted term is rifts. We are the embodiments of stories, of myths, of legends. And we embody those concepts, and we have certain powers that come from that.
So I have powers.
It seems like you can pull a giant hammer out of your pocket.
I reach in with my left hand into my jacket. Do I still have my jacket on? Oh no,
Your jacket is hanging on the chair next to the bed.
Yeah.
You're still wearing your trousers. You can reach into those.
I reach into my trouser pocket and try and pull out the hammer. I reach around for a hammer in my pocket.
You pull your hand back with a carrot in it. There's a terrible joke I want to make here, but frankly I don't think it's appropriate. Right.
I like it.
Well, you came charging into... Now that I understand sort of how things were, you came charging into an alley against somebody who was built like a brick shithouse and decided to take them on in the honourable art of fisticuffs.
Yeah. Well,
That was a supremely stupid thing to do.
Hey, you were getting your ass kicked.
But thank you.
Oh. Wow. Now I feel bad for saying that.
Dennis somewhat got the drop on me when I attempted to serve him his divorce papers, and things escalated rather faster than I was prepared at that point to deal with. You gave me the opening I needed to deal with him.
Yeah, how did you do that? You like
I hit him very, very hard.
Oh.
No, I hit him very, very hard in the back of the head.
Oh. Is that your power to hit things really, really hard?
Part of it, yes. It's not quite my primary ability. It's more a consequence of it.
Okay.
There's a number of us who are stronger than average. Although both my sisters are stronger than I am.
So both your sisters are also magic?
Yes, it doesn't run in the family necessarily, but it's we're sort of an exception to that. Neither of our parents, for example, were at all. Neither of them had stepped into the mist. Right. I should probably explain that. The mist. What did you see when you walked into that alley?
I saw a very big man holding you up, like, against the wall. He was just a big guy, like a really big guy, in a vest, jeans. You know, he just looked like a normal guy. And then after I got hit by him, when I got my bearings, he had turned into this troll monster.
Ogre. But...
Ogre.
Right. So you awakened in that moment. Okay, all of this is extremely new to you. Fantastic. Quite. So what happened there was that you saw through the mist for the first time. The mist is this magical thing that sort of hangs over the entire city, and it prevents normal people from seeing the more magical side of the world. Have you ever heard of an explosion in the city, or seen a bar fight that's wrecked just too much of the space to be plausible?
Yeah. Something's always felt, I guess, off.
I think you might have been warming towards the mist for some time. I think maybe today was just what pushed you over the edge.
Just need a good punch in the head to get over the finish line.
Well, it's not the recommended method. But yes, I've heard of worse.
Wait, so regular people can't perceive our powers?
Sort of. What they see and what is actually happening are just different. Where, for example, someone might throw a fireball into a car, they might just see a car bomb. Or somebody flying might just be a very large seagull in view of the sun. People see what they are equipped to see. If people kept seeing what was really there all the time, they'd go mad.
Does this mean I have to, fight crime now?
Fight crime? No, you don't.
He leans back against the wall and he's like, "Thank God."
No, you don't. That's... Well, I suppose technically speaking, that's my job. But
you're not a cop, you're a lawyer.
Well, I was a lawyer before I was a... I've had this argument with my sister a number of times. I believe that I am the one fighting crime more than she is. More than the police are.
Is your sister a policeman? Woman?
Yes. But I was a lawyer before I was a Rift.
Right.
So, sadly, you don't get superpowers by going to law school.
Impressive, though. I'm an accountant.
And you can keep being
done.
And you can keep being an accountant.
Yeah. Is that guy gonna kill me?
No.
He's just a bit of a dick.
He wouldn't have been stupid enough to kill you.
Oh.
He's not clever, is Dennis, but he's not quite that stupid. I believe the plan was probably to knock both of us out and then run away.
Fair enough. Well, 50%. Decent. Thank you for helping me.
Of course.
I guess I need more practice with my powers. It still feels weird saying that.
Well, checks our watch. I'm due back in the office in about half an hour. But I get out at 6. If you're still here, then perhaps you and I can find a place and you can experiment with your new abilities.
Sure, yeah. That would be great. I check my watch. What time is it right now?
It's about 2 in the afternoon. Oh no, you were walking home from work, so
okay.
Actually, Yeah, you're working home from work, so actually no, she's not due back in the office at all. Sorry, I forgot how time works.
I thought it had been a full day when you said
No,
that.
it's not been a full day. It's been a few hours. It's about, you probably finish work at 5, so it's probably about 8:30.
Cool.
She's like, well, I need to go and finalise the paperwork for Dennis. In that case, I need to talk to his soon-to-be ex-wife. But if you're still here when I get back, then we can do some experimentation. See if you can learn a few things.
Yeah. That's. I appreciate that.
Of course.
I guess I'll just.
If you need anything, then the landlady will probably send someone up to check on you at some point.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna take a nap.
Rest well, rest easy. She gets up and sort of and walks out. Cal, you're lying there. What is he thinking about at this point? What's Cal thinking about?
Cal's thinking about too many things. The fact that he has powers is he still kind of doesn't believe it, even though he saw it happening. He's thinking about more plausible explanations, like this person's crazy and he just so happened to hallucinate at the same time as meeting an insane person.
He did take a very serious blow to the head.
Yeah. And he's not really super believing it. He thinks he might have been misremembering what happened, and what if this person's trying to trick me or something? And so many thoughts racing around his head. He's like, I guess I should just try my powers when I wake up, and then I'll know. Better than going to work.
Indeed.
And he goes to sleep.
Cal sleeps and dreams of a great many things. Of little men with ridiculously large green helmets. Of a pig in a blue sailor suit. And Michael Jordan, for some reason.
Oh, cameo.
You've seen Space Jam. You know.
Yeah.
And through it all, there's a silhouette of a slender figure, big ears, standing like that, taking a bite of something in his hand. You wake up. You're still in the same room above the pub. There is there's a woman with black and white hair, dressed in a shirt sleeves and the trousers of a two-tone suit, sitting next to you, very carefully examining your hand. She's sitting there. She's got her sleeves rolled up past the elbows. There's a basin of water. She's just very carefully checking you over. You can feel something on your face. Something slightly sticky on your face. And there's a strong herbal smell.
Hello?
Oh. Shit, did I wake you up?
No, I don't think Who are you?
Janice.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah, does this hurt? And she presses a finger quite hard into your broken hand.
Ow! Yes! Jesus. Oh.
Yeah, it's probably broken then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Might as well punch a brick wall.
Yeah, it wasn't clever, was it? Well, keep the bandages on for a few days. It's going to stink to high heaven, but don't wash it for at least 6 hours after you take them off. And I've put a fresh salve on your bruises, so don't wash your face.
Are you magic as well? This is magic stuff.
No, love, I'm the fucking Queen of Sheba. Of course I'm
Genuinely could be at this point. I don't know. I'm very new to all this.
So you're new at this then?
Yeah, you all. That. What was her name? Meg told me like magic is real and magic is a thing. Is that true? Was she telling the truth?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Oh god, 2 people saying it's true means it's probably true.
Never go on the internet. So then, Mr. Man, looks to me like you've got a choice in front of you.
Yeah. What's that?
As you acknowledge that, the room seems to get a little darker. Two choices. You can go back to your life of humdrum normality and live out the rest of your days, never really experiencing the infinite joys of the cosmos. Or you can start exploring the city in this new light, delving deeper and deeper into the mist, expanding your powers until you truly understand the story you were born from. What'll it be?
Yeah, the first one.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, no. This is terrifying. I just kind of wanted to like learn how my power worked. I don't really want to go exploring the infinite cosmos or I like my job. I make good money there. I think I'm up for a promotion soon, which I guess would be nice.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Am I gonna lose my powers? Am I gonna forget about that? Is this like a red pill,
No.
blue pill sort of thing? You ever seen The
No, not
Matrix?
really, but I fucking love that movie, but no, not really.
Yeah, then I choose the first one.
Really? You wanna go back to...
I like my job. I'm good at it.
You really don't want to sort of explore...
Do you want me to quit my job? How am I supposed to pay my rent? Who are you?
I'm Janice.
If some strange lady that you met for the first time told you to quit your job and explore the cosmos, would you do it?
If I woke up with superpowers, yes, and I did. Wow, no, seriously, I have done this a few times. I've met a few people who... Nobody chooses the first one. Everybody's always like, I want to know more about the magic. I want to go and find out why I can shoot fire out of my hands.
I don't know, it seems like too much for me. I'm good. I don't need to know that. I'm alright. I guess it's like I can pull a hammer out of my pocket if I need to put some pictures up on my wall. Great, useful. Other than that, I don't really
I'm gonna go get a drink.
benefit.
Alright. Fuck you.
Okay. Well,
Janice walks away, taking the two-tone jacket off the chair. Is like, never believed it. Bloody hell.
that was a stressful conversation. I need a bottle of water.
For fuck's sake. You hear more clumping on the stairs. And a very big woman opens the door. And by very big, I mean tall and with forearms thicker than your head.
Damn.
Oh, fuck, you're awake. I wonder why Janice was looking so fucked off.
Yeah, I might have annoyed her. I'm meeting a lot of new people today. It's really a lot. Who are you?
I'm Morag. I'm the landlady.
Oh, yeah, Meg said you would be up.
Aye, I brought you this. You realise she's holding a tray in one of her hands. Takes a big pint mug full of iced water. Drink it slowly, alright?
Oh, thank you. Take a sip.
Take a sip. And it's water. It's definitely water. It's cold and it's cool and it's refreshing and it's comfortable. You feel like you take a drip, you take a sip of it, and you feel like you're sitting in your one comfy armchair at home with your feet up, watching the TV as you always do. Just that feeling of being comfortable and being home sets in.
He puts the mug down. Have you spiked me? I've heard of
No.
this thing, people like put ecstasy into like drinks and stuff. Is that what this is?
No!
'Cause that felt really good, and I don't want to get addicted to anything.
That's what did it for you. Iced water. Iced water is your home drink.
I like.
Oh, for fuck. Never mind. Never mind. Fuck me. You're waiting for your lawyer friend to come back?
Yeah.
Aye.
So she was real. It's good. I'm not hallucinating everything today.
Aye, she was. I don't... So you're new to this, aren't you?
Yep. That's pretty much seems so.
Has anybody explained everything to you?
Meg explained a decent amount. Janice said I should explore the infinite cosmos, and I didn't really get that.
Aye, she does that. She likes offering people choices.
I didn't like it. She told me to quit my job. I don't understand why she thought I'd say yes.
Did she say you can go back to your humdrum life, or you can explore all the new mystical powers you've been given?
Yeah.
You chose the humdrum life.
Well, yeah. I mean, I like my routine.
Aye,
I
fair
feel
enough.
like just today's probably thrown off my circadian rhythms by quite a bit. It's gonna be a pain to fix.
You've woken up with magic powers, and you're worried about your circadian rhythms.
Yeah. I mean, a good routine is important for a healthy lifestyle.
Aye. Aye, it is. I can respect that, you know? It's good. It works for a good home life, you know?
I also should probably go to like an actual hospital. What if I have a concussion or something?
You don't have a concussion.
Is this the magic? Is that her
No,
magic?
because I fucking checked you.
Oh, okay. Are you a medical professional?
No, but I know how to check for a fucking concussion. It's not exactly rocket science.
That's fair. You do work in a bar, so that's fair.
Aye. Oh man, you'll be all right. You got a few broken fingers and a big fucking bruise on your. Basically going all the way from here to here. So that's probably gonna look pretty fuck ugly for a wee while, but
Can't wait to explain that one to David.
tell the cunt you walked into a door. Who fucking cares?
That's fair. I'll need to reschedule my face-to-face meeting with the Andersons. Can't show up looking like that. There ain't no fucking way I'm giving it to Greg. He pulls out is his briefcase here?
Yes.
He like grabs his briefcase and he like opens it. He's like only using his left hand because he can't use his right, and he like opens it, pulls out a notepad, and starts like writing stuff down. But it's a little bit shoddy because he's not like super great at writing with his left hand.
Yeah. Son.
He's like reschedule with Andersons, and he's like writing stuff on like one of those yellow like
Legal pads, yeah.
legal pads.
Son, would you describe yourself as a workaholic?
I wouldn't. I mean, I don't know. I'm not addicted to it or anything. Certainly don't always enjoy it.
Aye, that sounds like some. Aye, that's what addicts say. When was the last time you took a holiday, son?
Couple years back,
Define a couple years.
Well, I've been working there for about 3 or 4 years now.
Aye.
And my dad had a birthday that coincided badly. It was a big one. It was a 50th. I had to take a day off so I could make it.
No. You took a day off for your dad's birthday. When was the last time you took a holiday?
Oh,
You know, a few days off in a row to go and do something for yourself that was fun or
oh,
relaxing.
never.
Cool. Well, son, I can recommend you 3 things. A good whiskey, a holiday, and a therapist.
Well, I already have one of those.
Which one, the therapist or the whiskey?
The therapist.
Aye.
Alcohol doesn't really go well with my system.
Well, mate. Well, if you want to come downstairs and have a pint of lemonade or something, then it'll be all right. Right. Excuse me. I've got a business to run, so don't work yourself to death, you know. And when that lawyer comes back up, tell her to pay her tab.
Will do. Thank you for letting me stay here.
My home's your home. She walks out.
He continues drinking his water.
It still feels.
And writing.
The water still feels incredibly comforting.
Guess that's her magic. I'm gonna take a while to get used to this.
Time passes. And eventually you just sort of hear a soft knock on the door. Meg comes in. It's like, hey, you alright?
Yeah. I mean,
how's your grip on reality?
I thought you were a hallucination, and then I had several people confirm that magic's real. And I think I'm either really crazy, you guys are really crazy, and in some sort of weird cult where you trick people into thinking magic's real, or magic is real. And that one, I think, seems the most plausible and is also probably the one I want the least to be true.
Would you like to come outside? Maybe have some proof that we're not kidnapping you?
Yeah, everything hurts, so I wanted to sit down for a while, but
That's fair.
I want to see if she'd come back first.
Well, of course. You are my gallant rescuer. Of course I was going to come back.
I'm never gonna live that down, am I?
No, you are not. Come on.
I get up out of bed and
Yeah.
I pack my stuff back into my briefcase.
Yeah, she leads you downstairs, past what is very clearly quite a busy and public bar. And out into the fresh air. It's fully dark now. But you look like you're out on a street just like any other. There's a few people out smoking cigarettes around the entrance, and there are two identical big guys leaning against the wall outside, one of whom is very surreptitiously also having a cigarette. But Meg leads you past them. And sort of just keeps walking. It's like, so you have developed some kind of ability.
Yes, seems like it.
You pulled a hammer and then a carrot out of your pocket.
Yeah. Not exactly the most useful things in the world.
I mean, a sudden carrot can be quite useful. It's always good to have a snack on the go.
I really like carrots. I have a little bit of a vitamin C deficiency, so I eat a lot of carrots at home.
Try oranges.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you want to go and see if you can pull anything else out of your pockets?
Like what?
I don't know. How did you pull the carrot out?
Well, I was trying to pull the hammer out, but I think I was hungry.
Well, how did you pull the hammer out?
Well, I just sort of felt it was there when I was trying to attack Dennis.
Poor man.
What happened to Dennis?
I told his wife that I'd served him the papers.
Oh, poor man.
Yes. Yes, she's rather got him by the short and curlies for never mind, that's not important, and also a massive breach of confidentiality. I shouldn't have said that.
Close one.
Right. She sort of leads you round a corner to an empty lot. It's literally just a big square of dirt with a large for sale sign stuck on the corner. He's like, come on. This whole patch has been tied up in contractual disputes for the last, honest to God, 15 years.
Okay.
Nobody can ever come here. So in case you happen to pull anything dangerous out of your pocket, everything will be all right here.
Okay.
We don't want to accidentally burn somebody's house down or anything.
No, that wouldn't be good.
Okay.
Do you think I could really do that?
I have absolutely no idea.
What should I try and pull out?
What's the first
Right.
thing that comes into your head?
A pen? He reaches his hand into his jacket pocket and he feels around for a pen.
There's a pen in there, but you're also pretty sure there was a pen in there before.
This is my pen. That was a bad test.
Maybe,
I
maybe
hand her
something.
the pen.
Thank you. Maybe something that isn't already in your pockets. Try another carrot.
Okay. I want carrot. I think of a carrot and I go to pull something out of my pocket.
Bag of carrot sticks.
Bag of carrot sticks. Oh, nice. This is my favorite brand. You want some?
Yeah. Okay.
Open some.
Yeah. Okay.
Here you go.
Fresh.
That's kind of handy.
They're fresh.
Maybe this power thing isn't so bad.
Try something else.
Okay. I'll try pull out the hammer from before. And he goes to...
Big old wooden mallet.
Whoa. That's-
Nice. That
Damn.
shouldn't have fit in there.
No. He just sort of like swings it down into the ground.
Thump.
Wow.
It's a regular hammer.
Shouldn't this thing be like really heavy? I don't know how I can lift this.
I mean, those things are usually quite deceptive. All the weight's in one end, so as long as you can get the right, it's all about sort of leverage when you're swinging a hammer.
Yeah, but I've never swung a hammer. I just sort of feel like I know what I'm doing, and I sort of swing it in front of me because if she's to my side, I just sort of like swing it in front of me.
She's standing a little way back from you, just in case.
Yeah.
Um,
Like it just sort of feels natural, you know, and I give it a few like swings back and forward. It's weird.
Maybe your mythos has some connection to hammers.
Maybe. Who has connection to hammers?
I mean, do you feel particularly lightning-y?
I don't think so. So I sort of like looking at his hands and like, well, his left hand. And he's like trying to
Then it's probably
lightning.
then you're probably not Norse. I'll admit I don't know a lot of magic hammers. It's not really my job to know these things.
I wonder if I'm teleporting things into my pocket or creating new things when I think about them.
Do you think there's any way to tell? I mean, you said that brand of carrots, that was your favorite brand of carrot sticks, which, by the way, you have a favorite brand of carrot sticks?
Yeah, well, this brand is great, but they went up in price recently, so I had to fit in my budget. I had to change to this cheaper brand. They always cut them a little too thick, and they're never even. You know, it's always slightly like unorthodox in its thickness. You don't care.
I've never heard somebody use the words unorthodox in its thickness in any context before, really. And definitely not in the context of carrot sticks. But
I mean,
yeah, I get it. Maybe,
like...
but if they are specific, maybe you're bringing them to you. Honestly, I don't. Is there any way to tell?
What if I try and create something? What if I try and pull something in my pocket that doesn't exist?
Like what?
I don't know.
Can you think of something that doesn't exist?
I guess if I think of it, it does exist.
That's getting a tad existential.
Oh, I don't know. I guess, like, something from fiction? Like a Star Trek phaser. You ever seen Star Trek?
Yeah, I've seen Star Trek. Of course I've seen Star Trek.
I try and
try.
pull out a phaser.
You pull out a toy phaser.
I press a button.
It lights up. Makes a pew noise.
Okay, so maybe not then.
Maybe not.
Is this littering? Can I get? I put it in my briefcase.
Yeah, maybe don't leave things around.
Well, that's interesting. It seems like whatever I think of, I can pull out.
I mean, that's a fantastically useful power.
It is pretty useful. Whenever I lose a calculator or something, I can, or I never have to look for pen refills or staple refills. I always just have them on me. It's great. Don't have to go to fucking Linda and Supplies anymore.
You really do like your job, don't you?
Yeah. It's fun. I just don't like going to supplies. I lose things. I'm pretty sure Greg steals things off my desk.
Yeah, we've all got people like that in our offices.
Yeah.
But I suppose that's the important thing, is that... I mean, when you woke up, you asked me if you had to fight crime now. No, you don't. You can do whatever you want. You have these abilities, but at the end of the day, this is still your life.
You're the only one
with it.
That seems to think that's a normal decision.
I mean, it's not a normal decision. Not a lot of people go for it, but it is a sensible decision. I mean, I developed my abilities after I had graduated and got my legal license. I was a practicing lawyer for ages, and then one day it just happened, and then I had a choice to make. I could let this control me, or I could try and deny it. And I chose the third option. I decided to take this world and apply my existing skills to it. I decided to litigate the matters that operate in the mist, because everybody needs a good lawyer.
True.
And I imagine that everybody also needs a good accountant.
Yeah.
There's no shame in doing what you enjoy. I mean, for God's sake, if everybody who had powers, every one of us was gallivanting around fighting each other like superheroes, the place would be in absolute anarchy.
How many people are there with powers?
Dozens. Hundreds.
So anyone I walk past on the street could
Anybody.
have powers?
Anybody.
Isn't that kind of scary?
That's why we have laws.
True. Hey, do you think we could keep in touch?
Of course.
I feel like it's going to take some adjusting to.
Excuse me. I will produce something magic from my pocket. Flicks out a business card.
as she does that, he's like in the middle of pulling out his business card. He's like, "Oh, trade."
Of course. Hands over the
Takes
card.
hers. Mine
Thanks.
just simply says, "Cal Hardaway, Vester Nestor McCluckley, a phone number."
Yeah.
It's just black on white.
The card she gives you is, it's a very expensive looking card, and it just says Megan Monroe, and there is a phone number, and on the back, there's not a name, but there is an insignia.
Oh. Do I
That's-
recognize it?
Vaguely. That's the firm that I work for.
Okay.
Uh,
Thanks.
Of course. I mean, you said that anybody who walks down the street could be someone with abilities, someone with a rift, with a story. We're not just these rifts. Most people are not just their rifts. They're people. Everybody's got lives. I mean, there's any number of people in this city who have extraordinary abilities, who live relatively ordinary lives. I mean, I know a postman who can jump 100 feet in the air.
That's impressive.
There's a cat in leather boots that sometimes walks around one of the parks.
Oh.
Yeah. There's any number of people. Some people lean into it a bit more than others. There are, of course, various people of various power levels, but I mean, did you meet Morag?
Yeah. She seemed nice. She gave me a drink, and I guess that's her power.
She can make anybody feel like they're at home. And by the way, if you're ever in trouble, go back to that bar. Morag has a standing invitation to any one of us that if we're in trouble, we can hide out there. Nobody is allowed to cause an issue with anybody else under her roof. And when I say not allowed to, I mean physically can't.
Oh. That's a very useful power.
It is, but it only works inside the pub.
Ah.
But
Still.
it's a home to everybody. She keeps people safe. It's a very, very useful place. You have no idea how many times I have had to bring two disgruntled parties together to hash out their differences there without knocking lumps out of each other.
I imagine it would be very useful.
It's cheaper than a court. But, I mean, it seems like you have a life to live.
Yeah. It's just a lot, you know.
It is always at first. But tomorrow is another day. Life goes on.
Yeah.
That's sort of the reality of it is.
I guess it's not the biggest deal. It's not like I'm going to be saving the world or anything.
You'd be amazed at the number of people who don't save the world. That's the thing is, some people have woken up to these abilities and they think they're going to be Superman. And then, the days kind of drag on and keep going, and then they realize that they have to also be Clark Kent for a little while.
Yeah, I think I'd rather stick with the Clark Kent.
I think you'd look good in the glasses. Sort of very much fits your whole aesthetic.
Yeah, too bad my eyes are perfect.
Be a hipster. Get some of the lensless ones.
Oh god.
No, probably best not.
No.
Right then. I suppose I'll be seeing you around, Mr. Hardaway.
I suppose I will. Meg, you never told me your last name.
It's written on the card.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I got your last name.
Good. Yes. I just kind of read the number.
I'll see you around, Cal.
See you around, Meg.
Talk soon.
Bye.
She turns around and walks away into the night. And we're going to sort of let the camera kind of pull away as Cal, you're kind of left standing in this kind of abandoned construction area as Meg walks away. And we see there's a figure on a rooftop opposite, lying on the slates on his side, fully reclined in a paint me like one of your French girls pose. Looks down and goes, he might be some fun. And we will move on because Meg was right. Tomorrow was another day. You get home, you get up, you go into the office because you're not really sure what else it is you do. You get a few stares, people going, Cal, what happened?
Oh, yeah, I got mugged yesterday.
You got mugged?
Yeah, it's not a big deal. I just need to, you know.
I mean, bruises like that, how big was the mug? Greg, not the time. Somebody fucking elbows Greg. Did you call the police?
Yeah, well, someone stepped in and helped me, and the guy ran. I didn't get anything stolen, so.
You sure you should be at work today?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. I hold up like my hand that's all bandaged. Just that I might have to have someone write for me.
Well, there's probably a temp or an intern or somebody who can do the scribing for you. But I mean, go and tell David. All right.
Oh yeah, Greg, could you reschedule my 4 o'clock with the Andersons? I'm not going to be able to meet them like this. Okay.
I mean, I'm not exactly. All right. Yeah, I'll do it. Of course. Yeah.
Thanks.
You walk away. You could almost hear the audible rolling of eyes.
Yeah, I walk away happy to myself that I managed to pawn off work onto Greg, and go to David's office.
You go to David. You explain sort of the situation and what happened, and you find yourself eventually at your desk. You realize that that you've probably put your stapler. You go through some documents, and then you realize I've left my stapler somewhere. Then you reach your hand into your jacket, pull out a bright red stapler.
It's gonna be useful. And I staple with my right hand. Ah! Shit!
And I think that is probably a good place to end our session. A little early, we're sorry, but that feels like a very good sort of narrative end point. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. None of you that are here, but had to hell with it. We will not be here next week. We are off next week. But the week after that, we will return back into the regular campaign of City of Mist, and we can find out what happens when Clark really stops time. Oh, thrilling conclusions!
Scary stuff.
But thank you very much for joining us on this episode of City of Mist Waking. We're going to go fuck off to Patreon and do the after show. So if you want to see any of that, then please give me a small amount of money. It's like £5 a month. It's nothing.
Do it.
Please.
We tell our best jokes during the after credit.
To be fair, quite often we do, actually. It's like, I know you're trying to be enticing, but we kind of do.
We do.
Yeah, anyway, that's us. You can follow us. You can find all of our previous episodes on YouTube. That's youtube.com/thebrothersHoney. You can subscribe to us here on Twitch to stay updated. We usually stream every Monday night. You can follow me on Twitter at JonathanHoney4. You can follow my games company, Old Alliance Games, at @old_games on Twitter and Instagram. The company also has a Patreon page, but there's nothing on there yet, so actually don't give us money just yet, because there's nothing worth giving money. We will tell you when there's things worth giving money for.
We're getting there.
My marketing person's gonna fucking kill me for that one. Yeah, Fraser, is there anything you wanna be followed on, want to plug?
Nope, not yet.
Cool. Yeah, thanks for joining us. We're gonna go over to Patreon. Bye-bye!
Bye.